Hey, things, zombies. What's going on? Emotionally deprived and sleep deprived, like I am. This is the diary of the griever named John Weaver, and I be the John Weaver. I be the Roseland, California. It is 7 after 10 p.m., and it is still the 5th of November, 2022. Hello, Mamas. How you doing? I'm going to have to address this one over to the Young Turks, but also the Fox News. Here. Come here. I know. Well, this is something that probably Fox News would be having a connection to anyway. Or actually, family members. This one needs to go out. So I need to take it out before we really get this broadcast started, now shouldn't we? Well, evening, guys. Again. Yeah, I have to take her out. I was responding to something that was kind of, I don't know, tickling either my fancy or my irritation at this point, one of the two. Something you just can't get a back scratcher to scratch the thing out. Unless, of course, you're going to be drilling a hole in your skin and having everything else turn into a bloody red mess. Or nice dark spots and shit. This is one of those situations where it's just, you gotta talk about this damn irritation, otherwise it's gonna be sticking in your craw. Fox ladies, whatever the group is called usually, at some morning segment, decided to laugh at college students, more so these days, and showing them how ignorant and trying to belittle them in every which way but loose. According to what I was watching on the Young Turks, as they were showing these clips, actually a long segment. So I did get research on this one, but I just noticed it's just not a whopper job situation. But they were insulting the college students' way of handling stress sometimes. When you're away from home for a long while, you may make friends like crazy. Sometimes you do relish, require, and you start to feel nostalgic. You need to have something that reminds you a little bit of home. I know I've heard of some college students actually have stuffed animals in their dorm room. Clutch, that's for stress relief or just to cry on. It's not that easy being a college student away from home. I mean, unfortunately, I haven't been in that kind of situation before, but I have been a college student. Actually, I still am a college student. And what makes my situation a lot different than theirs is I haven't traveled miles and miles and miles to get to a university, to get to a dorm room, and deal with the college stress. Community college is stressful enough as it is, and I imagine that for a 56-year-old, it's going to have a hell of a fun time going through a university to continue an education, at least up to one more level above associates. After that, well, probably nothing or maybe more. I don't know, depending how much of my life I've got left and how much I'm willing to keep pumping at it. They were talking about the kids bringing in pets, live pets, animals and cats, basically, dogs and cats. Nothing wrong with dogs and cats, except if you're allergic to the damn fur balls and wolves, and whether or not if you got animal allergies or not. But these guys have been making fun of it like they're going to be turning into wimps. Now, this smacks in the face of every pet owner out there, regardless if they're living in a college dorm or not. This is an insult, guys. Understand the college students are not exempt. They are students still going to school and studying. It's much like they're older now, instead of going to the K through 12 and trying to get through a charter school or public school or private school, and they would have their own favorite animals around them to help them out. But then again, you have to consider that you also have family members who are not going to school who also need the pets because they like pets and they are part of a family. And I imagine the students are looking at the pets not just as emotional relief, but they're looking at a connection of home. What's wrong with that picture? What's wrong with the picture of having an animal that has a connection to home? This makes you a weak person? I don't have numbers to throw at people to impress them concerning about what studies have said this, what studies have said that. I go by my own personal experiences, my own guts, my own observations at this point over here. I have an emotional support animal. I'm dealing with a lot of physical and emotional situations right now that, yes, I do need an emotional support animal. The thing is, it's also a family member. The last of a family member. I show her on the camera from time to time. And I need to show her from time to time. The pictures I usually have sometimes are my family that I would normally put on the screen. Now, if you happen to look at the picture above the family picture on the cabinet, you'll see that there's a mother looking at the same dog. That was supposed to be my mother's dog before she passed away. And she had her only for a couple of years, short as they were, but they were still special to her. And mostly special to me too. So much that she also adopted me and my brother, the dog did. So I am linked with this dog, and the dog is linked with me. We are a family. That makes me a snowflake, then here comes the avalanche to bury your ass. That was the dumbest damn thing I could actually hear. Actually, that was the second dumbest thing they could say. I mean, they laugh at a person who has a dog or a cat at a dorm. Now, let's talk about responsibilities here. Okay. I imagine that in dealing with a dorm situation, one would have to research the issue with the campus authorities. We would talk to the administration about this. Probably if I was going to a university and I'm planning on taking a dog. If I'm planning on taking a dog. I would have to find out about the dorm situations of what they would allow for either emotional or supportive pets. And if they are handicapped, actually if they're going to be assisting, helping the handicapped or not. Now, what happens if some of these students, and there's a good chance, that actually need the support of the animals? Not just emotional support, but physical support. Did these mouse on Fox News ever thought about that one too? Coming from the point of view of a pet owner that I've had, I've had a lot of dogs all my life. My family has gotten a lot of dogs out of shelters, raised them, and they were grateful. And every one of them, when they left this earth, it was hard as hell because they were family members. So yeah, I know about how the pain of losing an animal is, but I also know about the responsibility of taking care of an animal as well. Everything has to be depending upon the owner. The owner has to make sure that the dog is, besides fed, watered, bathed, loved, also has to have health checkups. Has to make sure that everything of inoculation is up to speed. You also have to make sure that you have the dog or cat, if the cat's allowed, be on a tether when they're walking outside. Not to mention having bags with them to pick up the feces. Certain places will, once they catch you, they will find your ass. Neighbors will say something, people will say something, you will get noticed. I mean, unfortunately, if I can, I can. If I can't, well, I'll try. If I get the bags for it in the first place, that is. That's always depending upon whether or not you get the supplies for it or not. And pets are expensive concerning about what they eat. I got my dog who's finicky as hell. If I actually took my dog to a university, she would not be able to deal with any of the canned or pouched foods. She's old, she's finicky, she's a pain in the ass. So I have to find foods to satisfy her, and that takes a lot of green right there. And sometimes that has to be taken out of my food money for that one. It's a responsibility I'm willing to take because I am a pet owner, and that's what I have to do. When you're a student in a college dorm, you have all these classes you're taking at this point. There's only so much that you can do to get rid of the stress, and sometimes you just want home. But you can't go home. The only thing you have home is what you brought with you, or who you brought over with. That includes the pets. And they have to understand that they're going to have to be responsible for those pets under every circumstance. That includes if the cat is going to be a howler at night, or if the dog is going to be a pain in the ass by yelping at everything or barking at everything. And believe me, they do. Some people in apartment complexes, such as the one I have, are pet owners. A lot of them are pet owners. They take care of the pets the only way they can. We understand that pets bark. But there are some people who would actually object to that because they can't stand the dog barking at probably 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because some fool of an idiot is doing his broadcasting thing. So I sometimes have to keep it down on some occasions, or if I'm walking my dog up there, I keep it quiet so I don't disturb the neighbors or anybody else for that matter. The thing of it is, I still have to be the responsible one. Now, students have to understand this. If they're going to be bringing a pet into the dorms, they are 100% responsible for this damn thing. They better understand that. And if they do, they are showing maturity. They can use the dog, they can use the pets as emotional relief. There's nothing wrong with terrorizing a dog in the middle of the daytime when you need to. Middle of the night, that's a different story altogether when you got a lot of students wanting to sleep. But we are talking about when you had a stressful day at study. The professor has been jumping on the students left and right because the reports look like they're coming out of community college level instead of the university level as they expect. That's a stress thing I'm going to have to deal with. And It's helpful to have a natural stress relief in the form of a needy animal who's trying to get all your damn attention, despite the fact you feel like you don't want it. You don't want to because you want the world to be giving you attention. Well, this dog is giving you attention. This cat is giving you attention. This pet is giving you attention. This family member is here trying to say, hey, talk to me, play with me. Let me work off the stress with you. And sometimes they get needy, and other times they just get to be a pain in the butt. But that's the best for you. That's family for you. And that's the thing that the Fox News just doesn't understand. Or actually, they do understand. They don't give a shit. They view you as a snowflake. As I said before, here comes the avalanche. How many snowflakes does it take to bury? Well, I don't know. It depends. I mean, they did open up this avalanche of theirs, blasting at people left and right, laughing their asses off. So I imagine that Fox News is going to get an earful on this one. Hopefully from a lot of pet owners who are pissed off at them. And I'd be pissed off at them too. I will want to be pissed off. Because I don't appreciate somebody telling me that I can't have my pet when they can have their pet. If they told me that my pet is disturbing people, I'd like to find out how, so we can get that fixed, or alleviated somehow, or mediated somehow. But if the person just doesn't like the dogs or the cats for some reason, you know, that's where you have to communicate to find out what the hell's going on. What happens if the person, and it happens, the person has allergies to the animal? Speaking from personal experience, I've been to an allergist many times. One doctor I've been through when I actually had insurance, Dr. Offenberger, Jacob Offenberger at Granada Hills. Decent staff, decent people, decent nurses, a long time ago. Almost at the old Granada Hills hospital area. But these people were decent. I don't have this guy for his primary care physician because I like him. But he was a pediatrician and he's an allergist. But still, for an allergist, I still like him and his staff anyway, so. And they tested my backyard. They said I was allergic to the San Fernando Valley's plant life. Not to mention I was allergic to cat dander, even though I've been around dogs all my life. My skin test showed that. So I stayed away from cats. But there had been a point in my youth that we actually took care of a cat. I don't remember sneezing my ass off. The cat was cool. Cool cat. That's how we responded to him. And we had him for a few years. Until we moved to one particular place where we didn't see him anymore. We didn't realize, and my brother told me this 20 years later, unfortunately, that he got run over. Issues with when you have dogs and cats running loose is the potential of them becoming roadkill. This is the reasons why if I'm going to be taking a dog outside, I have to have the leash. I have to be the one in control and be responsible. I have to be. Because I'm dealing with my family member there. And I got to do everything else I can to protect that family member. So I don't get it when they call people a snowflake. Because I show concern for an animal, and the animal shows concern for me, and we have a mutual agreement here that we take care of each other. Of course, the student has to understand about the financial costs of taking care of the pet. As I said before, if the pet's going to be finicky, you're going to be spending a lot of money trying to figure out what the pet's going to eat. most of the time you're trying to figure out the damn processing of it. What kind of kibble? You think it's just plain kibble, and kibble will be fine. The old dog needs more than kibble. Also needs water as well. But also the dog needs a special kind of diet sometimes. If the dog's developed an allergy, you gotta take it to a vet, an animal doctor, see what the hell's going on. Of course, over at the vet place, they'll try to sell you their specialized formula. But if you can do it naturalized, then you're gonna have to find a place to cook. If you can cook in your dorm rooms, or actually in an area to get the food, that's expenses right there. The student's going to have to figure out things when he's at college, besides the college expenses. Room, board, food. It's expensive taking care of a pet. I do it because that's what I do for a family member. I've heard how the young Turks were trying to respond to this. And I'm thinking, you guys did this the wrong way. You guys did this the wrong way. You have to explain it to them. You have to explain it to them in terms that they can understand. They're morons. And if they're pet owners, they're still morons. Because clearly, they don't want anybody else to know that either they are pet owners and they know what the hell they're talking about and they can't live with themselves with all the bullshit all the time. Or else maybe they don't know because they've never been pet owners before. They're talking out of their ass. As one person was trying to figure out on the Young Turks. Or actually two people were trying to figure it out. And yes, it would be nice to have a business to have therapy sessions with pets. You know, animals, such as the cats and dogs. As long as the person is not allergic to them. If they are, you've got a liability issue. The person's got to sign over to the damn waivers regarding the allergy sessions. You got to know if your client is going to be allergic to cats or dogs. Is it a damn? It's the dander that you have to watch out for, and you have to watch these dogs like crazy. The expenses are going to kill you at this point, but if you want to do it, be my guest for the rest of your life. Maybe for a short period, but not for the rest of my life. I'll still have a dog for the rest of my life, as long as I live, as long as they live. Okay, I think I talked about animals at this point. What I do for mine and how I take care of mine. So, how do anybody else take care of theirs? It's been quiet on the comments. It's been quiet on the likes these days and subscribers. So, I'm going to have to get back into that damn thing regarding YouTube people with their constant obsession over likes and subscriber counts. Oh, God, I hate doing this. Okay, I'm going to moan and groan and piss and moan. I know, it's a bit redundant there. Okay, if you've been liking the series, if you've tried to understand the series, like, subscribe, comment like crazy. You guys been going through your emotional disparity. You've been going through your sleep sessions and you can't sleep as much. Right. Put in the comments. Too bad these damn things weren't like Facebook on some occasions, like posting pictures. That would be nice. I'm also on Facebook. I'm also on Facebook. I gotta get me a separate thing that says the diary of the Rewriting Tom Weaver. But I'm usually doing my own damn thing. John C. Weaver. That's who I am. Only because that's my name. So I'm in there somewhere. I don't do friend requests all that often. I hardly ever do. And if I do, I'm usually scanning and screening people left and right. And I got to know who you are. Okay, enough of this one.